here in beautiful Martinsburg, Maryland, West Virginia. Honestly, I don't know. Stayed at the True by Hilton last night. Drove down after TQ and myself worked all day yesterday. And yeah, we got something exciting about to happen with this bad boy. So you're gonna have to stick around and find out. I know you guys haven't seen the old Dodge on the channel in a minute. Give you all a quick room tour. I stayed in room 211 here at the True Hilton, and I'd highly recommend it. It's brand spanking new, really nice, and just a small little room for, you know, a night or two, 3, a week, whatever. Anyways, let's check it out. So as soon as you come in the door, boom, just got done showering, so it is wet in here. Got my cold shower in, very nice. You know how that goes. These I absolutely love because I normally live out of a backpack and a cooler, so I bring all my food with me so I can stay on my diet and just keep ice in there. Bring my scale on the side. This backpack's been a lifesaver. It is covered in sand from travel ball. Make sure I put that in my pocket. And yeah, just a couple nightstands. Air conditioner was phenomenal. TV to watch the conventions. The only thing I would say that I would have liked in this room, which I knew it didn't have, was a microwave. So it did have a little fridge. I got to get my energy drink out of here and finish it. But a microwave would have been good. Not a big deal though. I just had to take my meals and walk down to the lobby and warm everything up. But super convenient, has everything you pretty much need to stay a night or two. Really comfortable bed, almost too comfortable for me because I did not sleep well. Anyways, we're out of here. Let's go. All right, we are out of here. This carpet is wild. It's like pink and gray. Kind of tapers off. I don't know. Place is really nice though. They have like all these sayings all over the place. Like if you notice them on the wall right behind me, they're literally everywhere. The bathrooms, the shampoos, the conditioners. Watch, I'll show you inside of here. Go ahead and hit. Where's the one? Right in front of my face. You'll see when the doors close. Hey, you, come join us this morning. This is gonna sound like a Hilton ad, not sponsored in any way, but you'll see whenever the door opens up. Elevators are super quick, which was nice. They're all over the wall. People that stay can write like messages and stuff. Really cool. Gym was straight there in front of me. Ice machine right to the left. And water was nice to have as well. Super nice. They got pool. Did not have a jacuzzi. Did not have a pool, but hey, we can live without those. So good morning, guys. We have an exciting video for you. We are here at the ramp rack, and yes, guys, we are going to be installing a ramp rack on the Dodge, and this is a unique install and a unique concept that we're going to try out. And it's all part of our overall plan to go completely trailerless. We want to get rid of the trailers. And I know some people are going to say, oh, but it, you know, it's got 4 tires out back. It's a dually. That's fine and dandy. It's no difference than having 4 extra tires on a tandem axle trailer, if you know what I'm saying. So we're just bringing the trailer concept into the truck concept. And I'm going to tell you some of the pros and some of the cons. Right now, though, we got Wyatt, Josh, and Adam, his team here at the ramp rack. And I'm going to put all of the links down in the description if you want to get a hold of them. This is the ramp rack. Essentially, you can turn any truck into a truck trailer combo and get rid of the trailer altogether. And I want to let you all know that Wyatt surprised me at the end of this install and let me know that he was going to offer you guys a 10% discount. All you have to do is plug in code Spencer and it's going to save you all 10%. Let's get into the video. Wyatt's going to explain to you how he started the ramp rack.
We still have and run a lawn care and landscaping company in Maryland. We originally came up with the idea because the guys were jackknifing the trailers, back into fences, chain link fences, mailboxes, stuff like that. So we wanted a nice flatbed set up like your truck with a custom ramp, and we're like, we just don't want to sink 10 grand into a specialty, you know, flatbed and sink that much money into a truck. We want something that we can put on our truck now. We had a bunch of old Fords that were rusted out and stuff, and we're like, when those trucks, you know, die, we can take it off and put it on a new truck. So originally we were just making them for our own trucks, specifically Fords, because the beds are essentially the same for about 15 years.
Yep.
and we had them made so that way they go into the stake pockets, and then we could take it off and all in one piece and put it on another truck. And then actually I had a full-time job. I actually worked as a police officer for the Frederick Police Department. And not a lot of
really?
people know that, but
I didn't know that one.
but yeah, so me and my wife both had full-time jobs. The lawn care was kind of taken off. So 2018 was the first year that I had resigned in the spring, and that was the first year we were really going at our business full-time. And we were going to be fine throughout the winter, but we wanted to try to keep our guys busy if we could.
Yeah.
And so that's where we decided, hey, let's see if we can sell this ramp. Everybody's always been asking about it at gas stations and stuff. So we went out to, back then GIE before it was EXPO.
Yeah.
And set up in the parking lot, met a bunch of nice people. And like I was telling you, the orders kind of trickled in. They didn't come in as fast as we expected. We thought the idea was kind of dead. And then, one thing led to another. We redesigned it for 2019. We paid for a spot at the show, and it's just kind of grown from there. So.
Yeah. So we were having a personal conversation earlier, guys, about manufacturing, how people assume you're just making tons and tons of money, and that's not always the case, okay? And Wyatt was telling me, I don't remember exactly how many units you said, but a good batch of the first ones you sold, you were actually spending money to sell them, basically.
Yeah. We didn't realize all the costs that were going to be involved, and with manufacturing something like that, how batches kind of come into play. And so we were losing nearly about $2,000 a unit on the first couple batches that we did, and we were virtually getting ready to throw in the towel on it, and ended up doing a redesign of it, and yeah, the rest is kind of history. So.
Nothing's perfect from the beginning, but you got to at least take those steps, and that's huge in business because most guys and gals can't get themselves to even get started. So a little bit of inspiration there in Wyatt's story as well, and it's hitting home with me with launching our product line as well very closely. So we're going to keep on chugging along there. And one other question I think a lot of folks are going to have for you, Wyatt, and I don't want to put you on the spot here, and if you don't want to answer it, it's fine. I know every unit is different, but what would a general unit for a basic truck, pickup truck, compared, you can say mine as well, how much the cost is.
Yep.
I know a lot of people are don't hold us 100% to this too. You're gonna have to talk to Adam, and he can hit you with that. But I'm just thinking, I was just looking at tandem axle trailers. The cost of those have skyrocketed.
Yep.
The cost of a ramp rack comparable, so people kind of know if they're looking at a truck or a trailer combo versus a truck ramp rack combo.
Sure. Yeah, and so we've tried to make the units as affordable as we can. It's something we're still actively working on because obviously, with COVID, everything had gone up.
Absolutely.
But we have had to increase prices over the last couple of years. However, our average ticket, it's going to vary a lot because of all the accessories that we also sell.
Okay.
But average ticket for us is between $4,000 and $5,000 typically when you wrap in shipping and everything.
Yeah.
And so the biggest thing, and we're actually getting ready to do a deeper study into this, but we believe you can actually save about $10,000 worth of efficiency in your first year per truck on having a ramp rack.
Wow.
And that just adds up, a few minutes on each property. If you think about, certain properties where it might be dangerous to back out of, if you have to have somebody watch you back out, if you have to take extra time to go to the end of a cul-de-sac to turn around versus just spinning around in somebody's driveway, all that stuff adds up.
Oh, absolutely. Tires, brakes.
Everybody knows time's money, but when it really comes down to it, if you look at your opportunity cost too, what people are charging, $80, $120 an hour, for mowing, sometimes in that range. And, it adds up pretty quickly. So, and like I say, we're constantly looking at that, weighing the cost versus the value to the customer, and the products and trying, that was one reason with the sport, it's going to be a lower cost to entry. You're looking closer to only around $3,000 to get set up with a sport.
Okay.
And that's great for people who use small, either walk behind, stand on mowers, even people that just use, a couple push mowers. It's going to be a lot more convenient and safer than having to tote a trailer around, and yet still get the job done. So.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so now you heard the story of how the ramp rack was developed, the concept, it's patented. Let's go out here and actually get it installed on our truck. Thank you, Wyatt.
Thank you, Sean.
We basically got three models. We've got our ST100, which fits on flatbeds, dump trucks, box trucks like yours. And then we've got the PU pickup Extreme Series, which is the PU 100, 200, and 300. And those are made to basically touch the truck in 5 spots. 2 stake pockets of a regular pickup truck in the front, 2 in the back, and then the 2-inch receiver hitch.
Can you talk about what each one of those are kind of used for? Because
Yeah.
I know they're, your width and
Yep.
all of that.
Yeah, so the flatbed unit, flatbed box truck, dump truck unit, the ST100, which is what you're going to be getting today, is made 80 inches wide outside to outside. So it's made so you can fit up to a 72-inch mower.
Nice.
So it'll fit a dual-wheeled flatbed. It'll fit a single-wheeled flatbed. The biggest thing is it's 80 inches wide outside to outside. So.
And what's the weight capacity that the ramp itself can hold or drive up, I guess?
Yeah, on the ST100, it's 2,500 pounds.
Okay.
So you've got, obviously you got to check the GVW of your truck specifically. If it's a single wheel truck, you're not going to be able to haul nearly as much as a dually. But the ramp and the dovetail itself is rated for 2,500 pounds. And on the ST100, you've got 3-foot dovetail, a 6-foot ramp, and then a 2-foot extension.
Awesome.
So.
All right, so the other ones have limitations because they go in pickup trucks, right? In the bed of pickup trucks.
Yeah.
So you're limited with the deck width sizes or like the size of a
Because
UTV.
you got to deal with the wheel wells.
Okay, so what's the typical size that most people can fit on just a normal pickup truck?
So between the wheel wells up front is a 48.
Okay.
Because your wheel wells are typically about 49, 50 inches between the wheel wells.
And that means all the way up front. So
that means all the way up front.
between the wheel.
Yep, and then you can fit a 52, 54 inch behind the wheel wells with our Extreme Series.
Awesome.
Yep, so the Sport has a shorter dovetail. It's only got a 1-foot dovetail, so it can be tricky to get a 52. It kind of depends on the type of mower. Most likely it would have to be a stander 52 to get that to fit with the Sport.
Yep.
But our Extreme Series, the PU 100, 200, and 300, should have no problem getting a 52, 54 inch in there. Some people have gotten 60s to fit, but realistically, if they do, it's really tight. And we all know with employees and stuff, you're not usually accurate within a 1/4 of an inch. So 52, 54 is best.
Very cool.
On those.
Is this our ramp rack right here behind you?
Yep. This is going to be your ST100 that we're getting ready to install. We did a couple things before you got here, not a whole lot. The crate, basically comes like this. And if it's a residential delivery, the shipping companies, have liftgate service and stuff like that. If you don't have a way to unload it, they can get it unloaded for you. Or you can pick it up at the nearest terminal, which sometimes is a little cheaper. But the only thing we did before you got here was we put these light boxes on the side. They are replaceable now, so if you ever dent or bend the light boxes in, they just bolt on, and you can replace those. We put the lights in, your wiring harness, and then we put the handles in for the ramp. So, but it comes, the ST100 is installs just as quick as our Extreme Series. We've got a pretty good detailed video on the Extreme Series, how that installs.
You guys do pick up in-house in case somebody's
if they're close to us, they can pick it up in-house. If they go to their dealer, we don't have tons of dealers, but we've got a handful of dealers across the country. Okay. And if they go to a dealer, they get free freight. So a lot of times they'll end up paying the dealer to do the install for them, which ends up being a couple $100, about the same as the freight would be otherwise. But
nice. And where are you guys located at exactly here?
So we're in Falling Waters, West Virginia.
Looks really nice.
Yeah, so we do a wash and powder coat, actually ourselves in-house. Right on the other side of the warehouse here is where the powder coating gets done. We've had a lot of experience with the powder coating, and we're trying to strike that balance between value and quality, because as we know, paint Paint and the processes behind paint are very expensive, but we've done everything that we can, and we're going to continue to make sure that, you know, that our paint quality is top notch.
For the dump truck here, it's a lot different because we're going to be a lot wider. So we're going to be able to haul almost anything we want into the bed of the dump truck because we don't have any wheel wells, okay? So what it's doing right now is putting the first piece in, which is this huge plate, and they're just going to drill it. There's some spots here, but we're not going to utilize these ones, so everything's going to be pretty much up top here, and it'll be bolt. And the nice thing is this unit can come off and on fairly quickly. All we'll have to do is take those bolts out whenever we want to put our leaf box on, or if we need to put the salt spreader in, whatever we want to do, it's interchangeable. So the plate is installed. Come down here, we got the adjustable hitch just setting in here for now because it's got to be adjusted. And now they're working on the A-frame, and they're putting the jack onto the A-frame, correct?
Yep.
And this makes it for taking it off nice and easy, putting it on easy.
Yeah, this is the quick disconnect part. Yep.
So it's QD 200, quick disconnect. That's nice. Nice little way to tuck it up and out.
Yeah, keep it out of the way. Let your fingers at them. All right, we can go ahead and let it down. We'll go ahead and get these 4 carriage bolts in. Think it's going to be too steep, or?
Find out when we run a mower on it, won't we?
This is a little high. We make these really up to 47 inches. Your truck is at 46, so it's at the upper end.
So I didn't mean to, but sometimes you do things unnaturally and don't even notice it. So you can see my arms across here. I think Wyatt could see that I was a bit concerned that it was not going to work, but he reaffirmed to me, hey, we can go up to 47 inches, and I trusted him. Our truck is high. It sets at 46 inches in the rear, so it is a tall truck, but he knows what he's doing. That's why you trust the pros. And yeah, I was showing a bit of concern here, though.
Our biggest seller by far is in the Extreme Series.
Okay.
So the biggest thing about the Extreme Series is it'll fit any 15 to 3500 pickup, long bed or short bed.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody, you know, if they just got their starter truck, it might be a little bit on the beater side. You know, they can put it on that truck. Then when they go to upgrade, they can take it off and put it on their truck.
It's really nice.
Yeah, so they're not vehicle specific. Our website explains a little bit more. For the foreign makes like the Toyotas and Nissans, there is some limitations on the Extreme Series side. That's one of the reasons we made the Sport.
Okay.
Because anything with a 2-inch or larger receiver hitch will work for the Sport. Some people have modified them to work on transit vans, service bodies, stuff like that too.
Absolutely. Good information there. So, I know there's a lot of gurus out there that promise you guys, you know, get our course, buy our book, whatever that's out there. And I'm not saying those can't help you, but what Wyatt just said there, I hope you guys really connected with, because it was one of the main things that made us successful over the years with Spencer Lawn Care, was starting with no payments, guys, and keeping our debt extremely low, so then we could save our money and then upgrade as we were growing the business and going through those struggles of very little cash. So what he just said there was huge. Okay, so if you have a truck that maybe is a little older, you know it's maybe only going to run a year or two, but you have plans to upgrade to your next truck, you just take it right off and put it right onto your next truck. So I love that concept. I'm glad he brought that up. That's something that is overlooked so much in business, and it could be any business, not just lawn care, landscaping, snow removal. Keeping that overhead in your debt as low as possible till you get yourself sustained where you're bringing in the income to take on any of the extra payments, you know, for a shop like they have here at Ramp Rack, or a newer truck, or whatever, employees, it doesn't matter. That was huge.
This is a 3-foot dovetail I was telling you about. It's a curved dovetail. This is the 6-foot straight portion of the ramp, and then we've got a 2-foot extension. So as I was explaining to you, on the ST100, we give you a length of chain with your lift assist spring, so that way you can adjust it to have the amount of tension that you feel comfortable with. The ST100 is kind of a little bit of a learning curve. Lowering it down, just getting comfortable with it. Obviously the springs take over pretty quickly there, but it feels a little bit weird standing right behind it, lowering the ramp. And then as you get past to about 18 inches or so, the springs kind of hold the ramp in place in the down position on the ST100. And then when you're going to lift it, we typically recommend just stand on the side like this, and then those springs kind of take over, and then you just carry it the whole way through and just slam it shut, and the latches are self-latching. It's going to latch on both sides. And then you've got a hole here for a padlock if you want. Try to prevent theft. For us, we always try to back it either against a building or against a fence or something like that. That way it's impossible for somebody to put the ramp down unless they move your truck.
Right.
But yeah, so this is this turnbuckle here, this heavy duty turnbuckle, is part of the quick disconnect. So essentially the way the quick disconnect works is you lower the ramp, and then this turnbuckle connects from this point to this point on the ramp. You put your wheel on the bottom of your jack, and you crank on your jack until the wheel comes in contact with the ground. And then you pull these 2 pins on either side, and then the pin between the adjustable hitch and the A-frame right here. And once that's pulled, then you continue to crank up on the jack, and it's gonna disconnect it from the L bracket.
How fast could you take this on and off the truck if you needed to?
You can do it in about 3 minutes. Realistically, it's pretty similar to hooking and unhooking a trailer, is one way to think about it. You do have to think about, moving your tag. That might take a couple minutes too. So, usually 5 to 10 minutes. And it's essentially the same when you go to line it back up. It can be a little bit trickier when you go to install it back on the truck, because you've got to get those angles right to get the pin back in. Your truck specifically, we might even want to get an adjustable adapter to go in there, so you've got a couple more options. Right now your A-frame and the adjustable hitch is in one of the last holes at the top, so if we get an adapter in here, so you've got a lot more holes to pick from, it'll make it a lot easier connecting it, disconnecting it. So
very cool. So where can everybody check out the Ramp Rack at?
So the best place is our website, theramprack.com. We are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like I say, this year we put out a install video for our Extreme series, and we plan to put more videos out on YouTube soon. So
very cool. Well,
appreciate
thank you, Wyatt. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Sean.
you guys.
Yep,
hey,
sure.
Thank you guys as well. And Yeah, this was exciting. I'm super excited to get it back home and to give it a try, see what we think. And
Yeah.
been looking at them for years and just never had the truck that I could run 260s on. And
Yep.
now we do. So yeah,
Awesome.
hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. Check out the ramprack.com. I'm sure Adam will probably be who you're talking to in sales, huh?
Yep.
Josh will be putting things together, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, back home, got rested up. It was a heck of a trip, 3 states. I don't know how many miles, but yeah, it was an eventful trip by myself. To be honest with you, it was really good though, because I got to think a lot and clear my mind. But now, the real test, we got to see, is this gonna actually even work on our dump truck? Let's go ahead and do it. We just need a mower now. Wasn't bad. I thought for some reason it was going to be a lot steeper. Not bad at all. See if we can back up it. Oh yeah. It's actually nice. I'm gonna grab another mower. I wanna see what 2 looks like on it. I wasn't worried a single bit. Oh yeah. Still got probably 6-8 inches on the back here, and if we put the platform up, shoot, we got 1.5 to 2 feet easily. That is cool. So this is the main reason, guys, we decided to go with the dump truck. This was really just an idea, and we have other ideas as well to utilize this setup. And like Wyatt said, you can remove this thing in 3 minutes or less and transition your dump truck back if you need it. So it's not just a one-trick pony. Yes, it does take a little bit of work there to get it right back to that, but it gives us another option here. And I'll show you guys as well whenever we get to that point how you take this off and transition it back. But as of right now, this is what we wanted to do and what we wanted to utilize. It's another concept of using your dump truck and your tools to you know, basically get work done and to you know, try to become like a Swiss Army knife or a multi-force of equipment. This is you know, there's not many of these out there like this setup right here, guys, and I think it's pretty darn awesome, honestly. So there you guys have it. The ramp rack works on the dump truck. We're even on a bit of a hill here, so it'll probably flatten out and even be a little bit easier to go in and out. I did want to let you guys know Wyatt was so gracious, and his wife set it all up, so thank you as well to her. They gave us a code for each and every one of you to utilize if you want to, maybe next spring, maybe in the fall. If you're interested in the ramp rack, all you have to do is go to their website, and when you make your purchase, use code Spencer. It don't have to be capitalized, it don't have to be lowercase. You can just put in Spencer, and it's going to save you guys a whopping 10%. So if you add that up, that can be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars there. And I wanted to say thank you if you do. And thank you to Wyatt and his team down there at the ramp rack. I'll put links down in the description, and I'll tag one or pin one up here in the comment section as well. And yeah, gets a 2 thumbs up from Spencer Lawn Care. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was 2 or 3 days, and honestly, probably about 4 months in the making. But yeah, as always, keep mowing, keep growing, keep making money, boys and girls. We'll talk to you later. TQ out. Peace. Bye.